Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, what's up, everyone? Oh, hey, what's up, everyone? Oh, gotta love that echo. All right. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's doing well. It has been a long day today, but I'm here, albeit a little late, but I'm here just trying to get myself together. Hadn't even downloaded my or checked my updates for my add-ons. Work ran a little later than normal today. But but you can also now follow me on YouTube at The Real Papa Smurf. I now have my YouTube channel up and running as well. So even though I will primarily be streaming here on Twitch, I do have a YouTube channel, and yeah, I'll be multi-streaming there as well. Okay, got my Wago app updated. Looks like Curse itself had an update, so I'm just waiting on Curse to do its update. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to eat my Rice Krispie treat. Because, every now and then, you need to be treated. Everybody needs their own treat. Okay. No updates. So strange when there's no updates for add-ons. Oh, there was some in the Wago app. Okay. Mm. Yeah, Snap Crackle Pop. Hey, Frosty. Didn't get enough of me last night, huh? I appreciate you here. Never. You say that now. All right. Almost got the game loaded. It's starting up right now. And we're going to jump in and see what we can get ourselves into. I might do some questing, might start with some profession stuff first. I don't know. Who knows? Ooh, you hear that? I hear that. Let me switch it over to WoW. There we are. Well, nobody has email. I've been doing a lot with the auction house lately, so um wonder if my stream is lagging a bit. Let me just look at a couple of things. Close some things down over here. Hey, and I appreciate that, Frosty. See, that's why you're all right with me. I don't care what Bone Daddy and all them say. No, I'm just kidding. You spent hours last week gathering for 4,000 gold. Ooh, what are you gathering? Because I have found skinning for gathering does not pay well. Buddy of mine that I play with on here tells me all the time that enchanting is where the money's at with respect to the auction house. You know what? Why don't we look at that when I get in, at least on my auction house? Um, Let me ask you a question too while you're here. Does my stream appear to be lagging? Like up here? Is the fire lagging? Because it looks like it's lagging to me. Sometimes. Okay, well, let's just get in game and let's start with the tank. Just waiting for that loading screen. I really think my browser's been having trouble lately. And the mic breaks up. See, I think something else is going wrong here. Let me check on a couple of things. Close some stuff down. I know I got a lot open. Let's see. Check the old task manager, see what's going on. Let me check my internet too, because I have multiple internets that come in. And if I'm on the wrong one, it will be choppy. Okay. Let's just go take a look. Well, I have Spectrum and I have T-Mobile for internet as well. And I use both of them simultaneously. It looks like it is using Spectrum. So I'm hoping that maybe this clears up. Looks like even I'm moving here. It looks like some of this is even lagging a bit. Um, yeah, I use Vivaldi as a browser. Vivaldi because it is a very productive browser. And in fact, Microsoft Edge has actually incorporated a lot of the features that Vivaldi has had for a long time, like tile view. Now, Edge calls it split view, where you can see one on each side, but Vivaldi, you can do tile view. You can get, I think, at least four going, where you can have four pages, different pages up on the same screen, same window in that browser space, and it's all, you know, doing their own things. So it's not too shabby. I do. I am a developer. I'll show you some things here while we're just sitting here. Uh, so like this is Vivaldi on the screen here. Let me move this over. And let's say I was wanted Droptimizer. I could control and click on it to where both of these are highlighted. And then I can right click and say tile. And now I'm looking at both websites at the same time, right? So I can scroll here, looking at, say, best in slot, while at the same time, get a SimC, come in here and sim. Now, this is Droptimizer. So I can look at Mythic Dungeons and say anything 8 or higher, what would be good to sim? I could run that. Now, that's going to open in a new tab, okay? At least it should. There it goes. But see, I can add that to this. So I can now say this, and tile. See, now I have three sites going at the same time. So I can see and I can make changes, do whatever, you know, move on all of them. Of course, there's nothing going on. That's one of the biggest features I like about Vivaldi. The other thing that they had, and they had this pretty much before anybody else, is if we go to YouTube and let's just click on one. We'll click on day 3. This little icon will let me put it picture in picture. So then I could go back to my website and look at what I was doing while still being able to see the video on the screen, right? So then I still got my video, I still got my sound, um, and then I could still look at, you know, whatever I need to look at in any browser. And then, of course, you can untile it, and then they're all just individual. And then there's a lot of shortcuts. Like I can scroll with my wheel to change tabs and little things like that. I can also right click and drag down and it'll open up a new tab. So there's some shortcuts in there too. Um, so yeah, lots of cool things. I'll close that because I don't need that slowing me down. But yeah, so that's Vivaldi. That's just a small uh, thing. My CPU, yeah, let me show you what I'm rocking here. Uh, just check this. Okay, so this is my task manager. I'll tell you, I'm running a 13th gen, which is they're up to the 14th generation now, but 13th generation Core i9. It's the 13980HX processor. So it has 8 performance cores, and then the rest of them are efficiency cores, which aren't too bad. They're nice. Still runs pretty well. It gives me 32 cores in total, um, because 24 of them are the efficiency cores, and then 8 are the um, performance cores. 64 gigs of RAM, which you can see I'm just using 43 here. I kind of need to reboot at some point. It's been up for 14 days since I last rebooted the computer. Uh, oh, you're an AMD guy? I've always been an Intel guy. I do a lot of servers and stuff like that, so I've always been more of an Intel guy. You know, AMD has come a long way, and I really kind of need to explore it a little more, like their Threadripper CPUs and their Ryzen CPUs. I mean, they're good company. I mean, it's tomatoes. They have their pros and cons. Intel has their pros and cons. I just I know with a lot of server stuff, you see a lot of servers running Intel, and I'm a server guy, and so I end up getting an Intel. But it's it still runs very well. Um, NVMe solid state drive, and then of course the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 with 16 gigs of dedicated memory on board, which is actually pretty important because as you can see with everything that I'm running, it's actually using 11.4. Most cards that you get out there, if you ever notice, they are using. Um, I'm going to 1 second. All right, let me. Sorry, my phone is blowing up and it plays in the headset. There, maybe that'll work a little better for me. Bug the headset out. Um, you almost got an Intel CPU, but it was around the time they had that. Yeah, you talking about? I think it was the 13th gen, actually, not too long ago, a couple of years now, maybe a year or so, where the cores. I don't remember what the exact issue was, but it's like once it degraded, it couldn't be fixed. But then they had to put out a firmware hotfix for it. Yeah, I remember hearing about all that. Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, you would think they would just recall those and give people new CPUs, but like this is a laptop. Like I am playing on a Razer Blade 18 laptop. Let me see if I can open up my Razer software here and show you. Yeah, but see, like that's fine for a desktop. And granted, I think this affected the desktop CPUs more than the laptop ones. And I agree that they should have replaced them, especially if you pay all that money for a CPU and then it damages itself through no fault of your own, then yes, they should replace that and make that, you know, uh, available. But all right, so this is my laptop right here. Uh, and these are all the everything that I'm using. I do have, like I said, the V2 Pro of the Naga. It sits to the side. Uh, but that's my laptop. That's what I'm playing on right now. There's my headset, is the Razer Kraken V4 Pro. And then I'm using the Razer Black Widow V4 Pro for the keyboard. And then my second Razer Naga Pro mouse because as you can see, well, I'm mounted right now, but in WoW, my Tyrant is on, or I'm on the tank. My Tyrant was that number one key. And on the Razer Naga V2 Pro, which is why I got to get Best Buy to warranty it for me, the one key, no matter how hard I pressed it on the side, and I use an MMO mouse, I think you can kind of see that there with all the buttons on the side, right? Uh, I couldn't hit my cooldown. So, and I was in the middle of a dungeon and I was trying so hard and it was just not working. And a day or so later, it started working again. So I don't know. I'm going to take it back to Best Buy, let them warranty it. So that's why this is offline. And I busted out my second Naga Pro because I bought an extra one just in case. Uh, exactly. I think they lost a lot of trust when that happened, and you can't put a value on that. 100%. 100% agree. You know, once a company loses the trust of their consumers, it's hard to get that back. And, you know, fortunately, it did not happen to me, so there was no love lost here. But yeah, they should have made it right for those that had degradation issues. I mean, if they could fix the issue, they should have been able to run a test to see if there was any degradation issues, and I'm sure there was some out there. But Intel could have made one officially and said, "Okay, yeah, you meet the criteria. Let us replace it." You know, it would have definitely been the right thing for them to do. Um, and Razer's done right by me was with respect to the laptop. The GPU overheated once, and I had to send it to them for them to fix it. And they couldn't get parts, and I was without this laptop for I want to say like almost 45 days. And they were going to send me a brand new Razer Blade 18 this gen laptop. Um, but then they finally got the part, and then they sent it to me, and everything was okay. Do you enjoy MMO mouses? So my wife has a Corsair MMO mouse, and of course I've had the Razer. I like the Razer one better than the Corsair just because of the way it feels, and I'm sure if I used her Corsair mouse, her Corsair MMO mouse, it would be I'd get used to it. It'd be just fine. Um, but I've gotten used to the Razer. Hers is the keys are more sunk in and they feel closer together, so I can't play efficiently on it. But yes, it changed my whole game. You know, because I was a keyboard player. So if I pull this back up, just to give you an idea, I played and I actually hit my spells. I used to have everything on that top row here in game. All my spells and cooldowns and everything for at least the Warlock, because that's all I had until just recently. And believe it or not, I would still move with the WASD keys, but I would cast spells also with this while still moving the mouse. So I was actually used to moving my hand in certain positions to hit certain things. Like I would hit zero and whatnot with my thumb and the minus sign and whatnot. It was crazy. You do that? Yeah. Hey, that's the way I played. And then I bought this MMO mouse thinking, well, this will be great because this will allow me to mount up easier and do a few things easier. But I eventually, um, one of the ladies that used to be in the guild before she passed away years ago, her name was Z, and may she rest in peace. Um, she died way too young. She was younger than me. She just had some medical issues. But that aside, she's the one that taught me how to do because I was trying to macro keys on the side of this MMO mouse to do certain things for me, like mount up or uh, cast certain things and whatnot. And she's like, because I'm still going to use the keyboard like I was talking about, the numbers on the top. And she's like, well, I use an MMO mouse, and here's what I do. And so that's why now you see I got my one through whatever, and then shift one through whatever, alt one through whatever, and alt shift one through whatever. You think we lost you? I think we lost you. No video or no chat.